Good morning. Another day, another background. I'm working from home today. But yes, episode 3 of the journey to 340. Yeah, good week. We managed to get our first deal, which is good. It was carried on from last year, but I'm still going to count it because it came into this year. But it was 6,290. So that was a sort of senior consultant level. A little bit down on the fees. I think it was 17%, but there was a reason for it. But yeah, that was last year coming into this year. But that's all done. We'll have the start date sorted soon. But yeah, the person's 100% in, which is nice. So the deal that I was talking about last week, the potential 5,000, or he's actually got another offer. So this week he's just going to be deciding between which one, which is nice. One is going to be 5,000, the other would be 8,000 for me. So by the end of this week, it will either be on 11,290 or 14,290. So nicely on target for the 25 that we're looking for this month. So positives from the week. So obviously got the first deal, which is nice. I said I wanted to do 3 posts and I ended up doing 4. I've got another final lined up for this week, and then what should be another final, so fingers crossed on them. What I said I wasn't going to do this year is start working on roles under 45,000. Now I got a lead for something last week, which was like a delivery role, and the actual what they were looking for I just thought was really fillable. Now I know I said in the first episode I got sucked into working what I thought was these fillable roles last year, but I generally think this is really fillable, and I didn't use the time during the week. I did it all yesterday on Sunday, finding the candidates, and I managed to get a short list of 4 candidates. Now, quickly, if you're a delivery person looking for a delivery role, all contract roles, tech, 2 days a week in the office, I've got something really good. So yeah, let me know if you're looking for something like that. What else went well? Yeah, so that, and then this is a little bit wacky, but I was watching this video on visualizing your goals and that sort of thing. So I literally sat there for half an hour with my eyes closed, visualizing me hitting this 340. Now, what I tried to do, and what I did do was try and do it. So I hit this target in maybe like October. And so then that is where where I could hit above 340. So that was a bit wacky. Not done that before. Sat there for half an hour visualizing hitting this 340 early. So that was pretty interesting. But they say it works, right? It's like a thing. I was watching a load of YouTube videos on it. So let's see. It's not going to be a regular recurrence because, as I say, it's a bit wacky. It's not something I'd usually do, and I found it a bit funny. So, but yeah, it was done. So I'll let you know when I do it again. So negatives, yeah, just typical things there. Because the first, however many days we've been working this year has gone so well. I think sometimes you get a little bit ahead of yourself. I think I had a final last week that I just assumed was going to be a goer. Just because, that's what the client was saying and that sort of thing. Like, yeah, they locked in one stage and already locked in the next stage the next day because that's how fast they wanted to put him through. But just for a couple of reasons that didn't go in. It's just to make sure that you have to expect these things that are going to happen and have enough that you still got pipeline to either place that candidate somewhere else or make sure that you're constantly getting candidates through for jobs, or that you qualify. If you're working the job, it's just to make sure that you actually get enough candidates for that job, that if 1 or 2 that you expected want to go through don't work out, that you have enough candidates in pipeline to make sure that role is still filled or vice versa. you know, make sure that candidate has enough interviews. So yeah, it's just to remember that. And look, we all know that, but it's just doing it and making sure that you follow a process that makes sure the pipeline is always filled. So yeah, that happened this week. I had a KPI of getting 5 new candidates. I only ended up with 3, and with those 3, they're looking for very, very niche things. You know, they're looking for, you know, a specific team size, a specific title, and these sort of roles don't come up all the time. And yes, I can get those candidates out, but the chance of them actually going, yeah, you know, let's try and make this happen is quite small. So yeah, so there were 3, but they're 3 hard to places. And so I said last week I'd be looking at the numbers a little bit more. So I didn't do the exact numbers, but I said last week to myself that I was going to minimum call, at least dial the phone 20 times to new candidates each week, and that ended up with 3. So this week I'm going to be doing 30 dials out this week, which should hopefully get me to the 5 mark. So yeah, going to be doing that this week. I said I was going to go into the office 5 days, and I didn't. I had 1 day from home. It's not like a huge negative, but I said I was going to do 5 and I didn't. I had 1 day from home. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. But that's not the end of the world. But I did say I wasn't going to do it. So lastly, and this is generally for everyone, right? It's like everyone has it where something happens in your personal life, and like nothing bad has happened to me or anything like that, but there's small things, and you can take that negativity into work, and if you constantly think about it, is quite draining as well. So it's about leaving your problems. I saw a post about this the other day of someone someone that's quite well respected, and it's so true. Like, you have to leave your stuff at the door so you can put all your energy into what you're doing, which is hard. No one's perfect, but you've got to try. And I tell you what, it is easier when you go into an office, because you literally have a door that you can go through to try and leave anything that's going on in your head at. It is harder from home, you know, just to shut your bedroom door or whatever. But yeah, it's just something to think about, because it is a thing, and it does take your thought power and your energy out of what you're meant to be doing in work. So yeah, just something to think about. But yeah, this week hours worked were 57. I saw something online that lots of like high performing people that earn lots of money, etc., usually do between 60 and 80. So I'm going to try and aim for 60 hours this week. Now, the numbers were 11 interviews booked in. I said I wanted 12, so I was 1 off, but I'm going to keep 12 going into this week. I spoke to 10 new candidates, but 3 of those were actual seniors that could be used, essentially. And then I've already mentioned it, but yeah, 20 new candidate calls every day. But with this week, we're going to do that to 30, which will hopefully lead to the 5 new candidates that I can use for the week. So KPIs for the week: 3 LinkedIn posts again, minimum 30 outbound calls to candidates a day, get the 12 interviews, hit the 60 hours. And then also this week, just so I'm not just sitting here saying numbers every week, because it's going to be boring. There's going to be no incentive for people just to check in every week. They might just check the last video to see, you know, if I actually hit the number or not. So yeah, I want to try and film more content, to try and make 2 videos to maybe 1 video, because I have to do the numbers, and I have to go over what's gone well and what hasn't gone well, because I think that's what's going to show people what to do every week, basically, and what the learnings are. And I think that's important. But what I'm also going to do is try and do another video of just clips throughout the week, whether it be like, I don't know, candidate calls, client calls, what I'm doing, all to do with work and that sort of thing. But yeah, just to make it a little bit more interactive, and another video that I can push out as well. So I'm going to do that this week. I don't know what it looks like, but I'll do something. But yeah, overall, good week. Looking forward to this week. And yeah, I'll wait next week. But yeah, thank you.